Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Adam Tischer, and I am your instructor for IFSM 201, and I'm very delighted and happy to be working with you soon. So let's dive in and see what IFSM 201 is like. Before I do that, let me share with you about the misspelling of my name right here. Actually, this is the correct spelling because Tischer is a German word. So Tisch is the German word for table, and a Tischer is someone who makes tables, hence table maker or carpenter. So we have a lot of words in English that are very interesting, like, for example, the word right. So why don't we say righut? So why is it right? Why is the G silent? And why is the H in there if we don't even pronounce it like that either? So we have all these weird words in English. So why don't we just simplify this and maybe have a word like maybe like that, right? Or maybe to make sure it's right, just put A in there, right? So English could be simplified in that way. Well, probably some like-minded person was wondering, if the C is in Tischer and we don't pronounce it, why do we need it there in the first place? So let's just get rid of it. And there's the abbreviated version of my name, Tischer. And so once again, I'm glad to be your instructor for IFSM 201. I've been with UMGC now for many, many, many years. Um, I primarily teach math and computer science. Um, and so I'm happy to talk to you a little bit about IFSM 201, which is about computers. So more specifically, we're going to delve into concepts and applications of information technology. Here's the course introduction. And so basically, we're going to talk about kinds of information technology, which deals with digital devices, storage and networking, all these wonderful computer related stuff. And the whole purpose of IFSM 201 is to bring an awareness to the technology that is around us and use it to our advantage in a business. And uh, so it's possible, when a customer walks in, uh, we can collect their data. But in the past, we didn't have any computers, and so it was hard to collect data on them, at least for the long term. But now that we have all this wonderful technology, we can collect data on them to some extent, maybe not everything about them, but we can collect data on individuals to some extent and use that to our advantage in any kind of business we want. And there's all kinds of different businesses out there that make use of this. Like, for example, vending machine companies like Boss or drink companies. So whenever you use a vending machine, they're collecting data on um, demographics, or maybe not demographics, but they're collecting data on uh, how much of each drink was sold, and how much money is put into the machine per day. And so all this goes into some central computer system somewhere, and then they use that computer system to make decisions on whether that vending machine is profitable or not. And the same goes with this parking meter right here. This is a there's all kinds of parking spaces in Japan that are metered. And again, once you interact with this machine, um, it knows, like how much money per day has been going to this parking lot. And not only that, but it may collect information on your car, right? Um, there are privacy issues on that, I know, but they may collect information on your car to see what kinds of cars are there, and certain things about that they may use to their advantage. Another popular way that people get information is through a laundromat right here. Okay, Coin Laundry. So again, all this information that we feed into it can be transferred to a computer system for processing, and again, we can use it to see to measure how well the business is doing in that particular location. And anytime we use an ATM, there's lots of information that we feed into it that goes to the bank on our accounts and their whole operation as in general. Okay, so all of these things are different kinds of information technology that can be used to um, measure whether or not a certain business like the laundromat or a vending machine company is successful or not. All right, so what are we going to do in class? We're going to identify the basic components such as hardware, software, and also we'll talk more about decision making, and we'll get some practice on um, making decisions on a business that we're going to create. And also, a big part of this is about ethical security and privacy considerations, especially in cybersecurity, where there's a lot of math involved. All right, so here's more in detail the topics that we're going to do. Again, introduction overview of information systems, hardware, networking, the internet and e-commerce, software and systems. Um, in class, we'll also get some practice on different kinds of software tools like which you see in Microsoft Office, like Word, Excel, and there's also database management systems. We'll get a little experience in databases. All right, and also at the end of the perhaps toward the end of the course, you have to give a presentation, and usually presentation software is usually a presentation is given in PowerPoint, so we'll get some practice on using PowerPoint as well. All right, and then we'll talk about evolving languages, artificial intelligence, DSS, and again, as mentioned already, cybersecurity and business intelligence and the process improvement. Okay, so what kinds of things are we going to do for a grade? Um, so here's there's participation. So these are some discussions that we're going to do in class. All right. So we'll do some discussions in class. And then after the class, if you want to work more on your discussion or change it up or anything like that, the discussion will be available online. All right, and there's 6 quizzes here, weeks 1 through 5, not weeks. So it may be weeks if you have an 8-week class, but this will vary according to the number of weeks the class is, right? And there's also a database project quiz. Okay, we'll talk about a SWOT analysis, which is a way to measure whether or not a business is profitable and what are ways we can also make it profitable, more profitable in the future. All right, and again, there's a data security professional memo, and again, a project presentation that's going to be based on the SWOT analysis and data security professional memo. All right, so that should give you an overview of what IFSM 201 is. Again, I'm very happy to work with you soon in this course, and I hope that it will be beneficial to you um, in the time that we're going to be together in the course. So once again, thank you for signing up, and thank you so much. Again, my name is Tisher, and again, thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you soon.